Assalamualaikum everything. I'm AUNI FARAH AZIRA AZIZ, representing my friends RABUATUL ADAWIYAH BINTI ZAINAL ABIDIN, and today I would like to pitching our idea entitled The Importance of Psychology of Language in the Modern Era. First thing first, let's look at the abstract. You know that psycholinguistics, or in another term is psychology of language, is the investigation of how the human brain delivers and gets the language at the same time. In particular, this study also want to show the speakers on how their brain can affect the language, and if it does affect the brain, how it works. Moving on to introduction, psychology of language is the study of interrelation between linguistic factors and psychological factors, meaning that this field is concerned with both psychological and neurobiological factors that enable humans to acquire, to use, to comprehend, and at the same time to produce language in the brain. So moving on to methodology, this assessment was conducted via secondary sources, which the both of us use all the information needed and required for us to use in this assessment was based on the past research or past papers which has been used by the previous researcher through either their primary sources or secondary sources. However, we also have utilized the online databases and find sources such as journals and journals articles, newspaper articles, and etc., which mean that all of our sources will not come from the primary sources. Third, we move on to research questions. So research questions basically on this topic we have three, which is first to study the relation between language and psychology as it affects speech in either verbal or non-verbal way. And the second research question will be based on only a few latest research that has been done from 2010 and onward. Thus, our research and our findings may be vary from the past research. And third research question will be this topic, or does the psycholinguistic topic will be worth to explore more? You can see that we only conclude 2 literature reviews, which only we select from our 30 literature reviews. We only pick the best 2 of it. And first, we can say that from Harley, which is a researcher from America, states in his research that psycholinguistics itself is a form of mental activities that are related with the use of language, which means that from the process itself, he also discovered that the cognitive process that highlight the use, the storage, and the acquisition of the language, which tend to learn their second acquisition language from their mother tongue. And second literature review was from Cherry 2009. Also state that psychologists have an interest in the cognitive process involved, which with word where Wernicke identify an aphasia in the patient. So Wernicke identified a problem which a patient they are able to speak, but at the same time they are not able to actually comprehend language, which can lead to aphasia, which means that patient know what he wants to say, but at the same time he was very bad on how to speak that way or how to express the language better. Both of us, we have made a discussion and we also have made a simple conclusion to these studies, which we found that there are relation between language and psychological and how it affects speech either verbal or non-verbal way, which has been, I said earlier, from the literature review. We found that it has been hard actually for both of us to make because our sources was limited, as we can only choose from 2010 onwards, and until This year, 2020, we only found around 12 to 15 of it, and many was from the book. Last discussion, we can say that actually the production of speech itself is complex as it includes, like I said, as it includes psychological matters to the speakers. It's not only, it's not only that simple. It's not only that easy to speak English or to speak well in other languages. But you also need to process. We can conclude that psycholinguistics or psychology of language is the study of interrelation between linguistic factors and psychological factors. It means that when you learn about this psycholinguistics, it's not only you learn psychology, you also will learn language. And I hope that our points are well taken, and linguistic field is an interesting studies for those who wants to learn more about the language itself. I think that will be the end for both of us. Assalamualaikum, and thank you for your time.